Dan RadioStyle, hope everybody out there is having themselves a great day. If you can utilize this lesson and shift your thinking about how manifestation works, if you can truly change the way it's happening inside your mind, your success will literally change overnight. Einstein had a wonderful quote: "We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them." A lot of us, when we try to manifest, we manifest from where we are right now. Now, you can look at it from a physical standpoint or from a manifestation standpoint. Like right now, I don't have the thing I desire, so from not having it, I'm trying to create it. There's that side of it. There's also the side of it, which is more correct, that from my current consciousness, from the way that I currently view the world, currently see myself, and then you're trying to manifest it from there. And the problem is, and this is what Goddard teaches us, is you have to be the consciousness of the thing desired. You have to shift your consciousness to what it would be like if you had it already. And there's a very big difference between coming at it from where you are right now and looking at what you're trying to manifest, a specific person, maybe a job, maybe money, income, wealth. But when you're coming at it from your current consciousness, it seems a daunting task. It seems impossible. Why? Because your consciousness hasn't really shifted to the place where you've got it already, but really it was a shift in consciousness. It was a shift in your confidence, in your belief, in your understanding that this is happening, in your feeling as though you've got it already. So what are you right now? Who are you? What are you trying to manifest, and what are you currently relative to that? And what I mean is, to kind of couch that a little bit or help it somewhat, if you had the thing that you desire, specific person, love, income, money, house, car, boat, lotto winnings, if you had it, I don't just mean you just found out you're the lotto winner and yay, I'm excited, I win. That's cool. That's a great feeling. But what you really want is when you've got that $100 million in the bank, how do you feel now? And what's different between your current right now and that version of right now? I have $100 million in the bank right now. And when I think about that and imagine that and pretend that that's the case and really imagine as though that's really the case, like, you don't ever look at price tags. You're buying a house. You're buying it wherever you want. You're probably getting another place. You're traveling. So you start thinking about stuff like that. You start realizing, yeah, I'm going to be going to places, be learning cultures, learning languages, learning all sorts of great stuff. It's going to be an amazing experience. So it's not like you're happy. It's just like awesome understanding that this is what life is. I get to go all over. I get to enjoy all sorts of travel and all sorts of wonderful places. Or I get to experience this person I love. So the one thing I kind of realized is, a lot of us talk about manifesting little things or things that aren't that important, don't really matter, versus manifesting the big things. Now, again, I'm finger quoting little and big because it's relative to us. But what that really means to me and what I think really explains why it's so much easier to manifest little things is because little things are little shifts in consciousness. From where we're at right now, it doesn't seem like much of a leap to get to that little thing. But from where we are right now, getting to the big thing seems daunting. When you come at it from the big thing, when I imagine myself having the big thing and I hang out from that place, one, it no longer seems impossible. Why? Because I'm experiencing it right now. It's obviously real. But from my current consciousness, trying to get there seems impossible. From there, it's not impossible, and then it's very easy to get back to where you currently are, which you don't want to do. You want to stay in that consciousness. Goddard talks about this beautifully. This is a topic that I've been trying to really talk around. This is like the second video I've done on this, and I'm probably going to do 5, 6, 7 more of these because I really think this is one of the keys to where a lot of us struggle with manifestations. We come at it from where we are right now versus coming at it from having it already. I know we talk about it and we say we do it, but when we truly think about it, our actual consciousness about it, our actual thinking about it, our actual beliefs about it, we're having doubts. We're having doubts because we're looking at it from where we are now. And we see what's created right now in our world and we go, it's not possible. No, you shift your consciousness to being there already. Who cares what's in your real world right now? Shift, pretend, make believe, call it what you want. Imagine it's real already, and your experience will become that. So from Luke chapter 9, verse 44, Goddard begins, "Let these sayings sink down into your ears, for the Son of Man shall be delivered into the hands of men." Let these sayings sink down into your ears, for the Son of Man shall be delivered into the hands of men. Be not as those who have eyes that see, not the ears that hear not. Let these revelations sink deep into your ears, for after the Son, or idea, is conceived, man with his false values or reasons will attempt to explain the why and the wherefore of the Son's expression, and in so doing will rend him to pieces. After men have agreed that a certain thing is humanly impossible and therefore cannot be done, let someone accomplish the impossible thing. The wise one who said it could not be done will begin to tell you why and how it happened. After they are through tearing the seamless robe apart, they will be as far from the truth as they were when they proclaimed it impossible. As long as man looks for the cause of expression in places other than the expressor, he looks in vain. Again, he's looking at the outside world and saying that's what the future is. And it's no. The outside world is what you are consciously right now, what you consciously were an hour ago. That's what you're seeing right now. You want to change what you're seeing right now, you shift that consciousness internally, and then your outer world changes. It changes. It just almost magically seems to. Goddard continues, "For thousands of years, man has been told, I am the resurrection and the life. No manifestation cometh unto me, save I draw it." John 6:44. But man will not believe it. He prefers to believe in causes outside of himself. The moment that which was not becomes seen, man is ready to explain the cause and purpose of its appearance. Thus, the Son of Man is constantly being destroyed at the hands of man. Meaning, we're constantly destroying our own dreams because we look in the outer reality and we let that shift our consciousness back down. We let that go, woo, 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 and then we feel all bummed and sad. When instead of realizing it's in process, it's in change, the cake's in the oven, it's happening. I'm feeling it. I'll just get myself back to that feeling more often. I need to get used to these new shoes. However you want to analogize that inside of you, ultimately all you're trying to do is get comfortable with this new consciousness, what it's like to have this thing you desire already. Now that your awareness is revealed to you as cause of all expression, do not return to the darkness of Egypt with its many gods. There is but one God. The one and only God is your awareness, and all the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing. And he doeth according to his will in the army of heaven, and among the inhabitants of the earth, and none can stay his hand, or say unto him, that doest thou. If the whole world should agree that a certain thing could not be expressed, and yet you became aware of that, which they had agreed could not be expressed, you would express it. Your awareness never asks permission to express that which you are aware of being. It does so, naturally and without effort, in spite of the wisdom of man and all his opposition. Which means your right now that you keep looking at and saying, this is my future, your right now is based off of what you are right now. It's your awareness. It's who you are at this moment. You have to shift that awareness to a different place to change the outer reality. Goddard continues, "Salute no man, by the way. This is not a command to be insolent or unfriendly, but a reminder not to recognize a superior, not to see in anyone a barrier to your expression. None can stay your hand or question your ability to express that which you are conscious of being. Do not judge after the appearances of a thing, for all are as nothing in the eyes of God. When the disciples, through their judgment of appearance, saw the insane child, they thought it a more difficult problem to solve than others they had seen, and so they failed to achieve a cure. In judging after appearances, they forgot that all things were possible in God. Hypnotized as they were by the reality of the appearances, they could not feel the naturalness of sanity. The only way for you to avoid such failures is to constantly bear in mind that your awareness is the Almighty, the all-wise presence. Without help, this unknown presence within you effortlessly outpictures that which you are aware of being. Be perfectly indifferent to the evidence of the senses so that you may feel the naturalness of your desire, and your desire will be realized. Turn from appearances and feel the naturalness of that perfect perception within yourself, a quality never to be distrusted or doubted. Its understanding will never lead you astray. Your desire is the solution of your problem. As the desire is realized, the problem is dissolved. This is probably the best paragraph in this book. This is the one to pay attention to because I really think this is the key. You cannot force anything outwardly by the mightiest effort of will. There is only one way you can command the things you want, and that is by assuming the consciousness of the thing desired. There is a vast difference between feeling a thing and merely knowing it intellectually. You must accept without reservation that fact that by possessing a thing in consciousness, you have commanded the reality that causes it to come into existence in concrete form. It's powerful. You can't force it. So many of us feel tired, don't we? Tired because you're forcing it. You're trying to do it with your will. I will it so. No, be it. You must be it. You can't think it. You can't pretend it. You have to be it. You must feel it. You must be absolutely convinced of an unbroken connection between the invisible reality and its visible manifestation. Your inner acceptance must become an intense, unalterable conviction which transcends both reason and intellect, renouncing entirely any belief in the reality of the externalization except as a reflection of an inner state of consciousness. When you really understand and believe these things, you will have built up so profound a certainty that nothing can shake you. I'll tell you, I can kind of attest to this. I may make mistakes along the way a lot, but I do not have doubts about this process. I do not have doubts about how manifesting works. It's been successful so many times for me. Now it's just an issue of fine-tuning. So the final paragraph. Your desires are the invisible realities which respond only to the commands of God. God commands the invisible to appear by claiming himself to be the thing commanded. He made himself equal with God and found it not robbery to do the works of God. Now let this saying sink deep in your ear. Be conscious of being that which you want to appear. Be conscious of being that which you want to appear. That is the trick. That is the secret. That is everything. It's not just the thoughts. It's not just the technique. It's not just the feeling. It's raising that whole consciousness to a place where you realize I am this thing already. And by doing that, as I was kind of explaining with the turkey baster thing, and you suck it in, by expanding your consciousness, it sucks in these opportunities. It creates like a vacuum, a void that must be filled with opportunities to make the manifestation come true. It is truly in our thinking, in our consciousness, that the manifestation becomes. Your dream is not something that's out there. Your dream is something that's inside you right now. Your dream is something inside you right now that you should feel, that you should taste, that you should talk to, that you should embrace every single day. You should talk about it all the time to yourself, not to others. But this is your dream. And when you spend time inside yourself with this dream, feeling it, knowing it's yours to have, knowing this desire was placed into you to be fulfilled. That's why you have the desire. And from that place, your reality shifts. And you stay so strong in that belief, you stay so strong in that knowing inside yourself that this dream is mine, that this desire is mine. Stay so strong in that you don't care that you don't see it yet. Why? Because you're experiencing it now, and you know this process is occurring. You know you planted the seed. You know you put the thing in the oven. You know you're doing this. It's happening right now. And you continue feeling it because you're excited. You're happy. You're like, oh, this is so exciting. Like, right? I remember when it wasn't happening. All these great techniques, and it's true. Be the thing that you desire. And that thing that you desire will be in your life. Dan, Radio Style.